Good Friday morning, my friends. You've made it through another week. Congratulations. Some of you, I think, are kicking and screaming a little bit more than others, but you made it regardless. Congratulations. We are here with my good friend, Lauren Burleson, the Canvas Queen out in the great state of Nevada, yeah. Las Vegas area. Why don't, Lauren, just so Lauren's been on here before, but remind everybody what it is that you teach and kind of what your specialty is.
Yeah, so I teach at a really amazing school in the Clark County School District at a middle school, and I teach secondary 8th grade science.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you haven't yet, Lauren has become quite the star on Facebook and Instagram with these really great little tutorials and things that she's put together on Canvas. So if you haven't already started to follow her, give us the information, Lauren, on Instagram and on Facebook. Where can they find you?
Yeah, so on Instagram and Facebook, I am Canvas LMS Queen. And then on my YouTube channel, where you can find all of my, the big collection of my tutorial videos, that's just Canvas Queen. So very easy to find, hopefully.
Go follow her. She's doing some great stuff. So thank you to Lauren. What we're going to talk about today, everybody, is how to create templates in Canvas. If you start following along with Lauren, you'll see that she does some pretty fun things in her classes. I think she had a pie shoved in her face the other day. Am I accurate?
Yes, I created a free body diagram talking about the directions of different forces, and I used a pie and to engage my students and get them to laugh a little bit, because it's awkward being in front of a screen and the kids also being behind a computer and all of that. So getting them to laugh and having a pie to my face was fun. For sure.
Looks like we've already got your friend Kate on here who is saying thank you so much for featuring Lauren. She's awesome. We agree, Kate. I don't even know you, but she is awesome. She's kind of become part of the Canvas family rather quickly with all the great stuff she's doing. So with that, you guys aren't here to hear from me. I already know that. So let's hand it over to Lauren. Lauren, take it away. Tell us all about creating templates.
Awesome. So let me get started here. Okay, so I am going to show you guys a lot of different things. The first thing, though, is I'm just going to kind of give you a basic tutorial on how to get started with a template. So I just right now have a completely empty course. So I'm just going to go over here to modules and create a module, which I like to think of, if you're really used to Google Classroom, I like to think of this as a folder, just a section that you can organize your assignments that the students can navigate through pretty easily. So we'll just give it a name. I'm just going to title it right now. We'll just do week 1. There we go. Instead of week 2. And within there, then I can just click on the plus button and start creating assignments. So let's just title this one assignment number 1. All right. So from there, I can then make this essentially a template that I can reuse over and over again. So I'm just going to edit this real quick and kind of show you how I get started, and then I'll show you the really fancy example that I've created this week. So how I like to do it, especially since a lot of our students, if they live in an area that doesn't have the best, Wi-Fi or service, is not using a lot of images. So the way you can get around that, especially if you're elementary and you like the colors and things like that, is I like to do tables a lot of the time to place my stuff, and I color and use coloring to add to that table. So I'll just show you real quick. This is the table properties, and you can align the table to be in the center. That border, we can change the thickness. I'll make it 6, kind of a thicker border. And then I can change up the border style. So I like the dash and the dotted for kind of that elementary level. It kind of gives it this cute border. And then we can go to border color. I have this really cool extension here that gives me, I can actually click anywhere within my computer or my window, and it will take the color and tell me it in code up here. So it's just kind of fun. And so for today, I'll just do this red color and I'll copy the code and then I paste it in right here. So now when I create my table, you have this kind of fun border. And this is what the kids, they will be able to see this because it's in code instead of a file upload that will take a long time for a student that doesn't have the best Wi-Fi service takes a long time for those things to load on a page. So then we can just put like objective or directions, and then give them a to-do list and write all of the things within here. So I'm just going to leave that as the example here and then save it. And now let's just say that I want to, when I see it in my home here, I want to duplicate this assignment. So let me just make another module. Let's say it's week 2 now. And I add it. So now all I have to do, let's say I don't want to rewrite everything. I don't want to have to, let's say I'm using like a very similar worksheet or something, or a very similar submission type. I can just go over here and click either duplicate or copy to. So duplicate is really easy, and it creates a copy of that assignment that I can click and drag to week 2. And then edit the name if I want to change it, let's say to assignment 2, just like that. So that's just kind of how to get started with templates and how to create them. So let's take a look at some examples real quick. So I will start with secondary because I think secondary is pretty quick. Here is kind of my lesson outline. So most lessons, I try to make it as like broad, generic as possible. It has a pre-assessment, a reading assignment, a lesson presentation, a notebook assignment, vocabulary, an activity of some kind. You can add multiple activities, post-assessment, and a lesson quiz. So I'll just click on each one and kind of show you what I've created here. So you can see we have a table that I've added text to and directions, and given it like like the list of how to complete this assignment blank, because sometimes that might change. So what I would do then next when I want that to change it is then create a new one. So I could just do this. Actually, I'll show you real quick. I could copy to and go over here. So it opens up this nice window. And scroll down, we're going to copy to secondary, the whole module, close, and then within a few minutes of loading.
Hey, Lauren, while that's loading, we've got a Facebook user wondering what is the name of the extension that you used. I think for that, for the color code numbers.
Yeah, so this is called the eyedropper. It's within Google Chrome. You can also, another really cool way, or another way to find it if you don't want to download an extension, is you can just Google HTML color codes, and it'll pop up with a bunch of different color palettes and wheels and things like that too. But I like to use this one because you can take, let's say from like Google Slides, you have like a particular color theme going on. You can use that and then place that color also into Canvas, which is pretty cool. So we can see here now that the module duplicated or copied itself. And now when I come in here, I can now edit this and start customizing it, changing the name, and then adding the new direction. So maybe, the first type was let's just say when I scroll down here, the first type was a file upload. Maybe this time now, instead of a file upload, it's a media recording. So that's just one way that you can create this and duplicate it over and over and over again. So you're cutting down on your work time. I like to think Canvas is a lot of work up front, but then once it's done, it's kind of like smooth sailings and you can reuse things and it's really nice. So I'll show you just a little bit too. Here's the reading assignment template. I've got a lesson presentation template, your notebook template. So all very similar. And one way to make this easier on the user too to create, because you'll see I'm using a very similar box every single time, is, and don't be intimidated by this if you're not like a coder or anything like that. It's really not that hard. You can actually, so let's say I want to just create a new assignment that looks a little different, and I'm starting out with templates and I've created my first assignment and I want it to all look the same. I can just click the HTML editor and it shows me everything I've created from the rich content editor in code. I can actually then copy the code, go to my home page, let's just create a new assignment here. And we'll just say demo for this one. Go here, and now this is blank. I can click edit, go to that HTML editor, paste it, and then it appears just like that. So that's another way to cut down on your creation time.
That was wizardry. That was black magic that just happened there on the screen, everybody. We've got Justine. Oh my goodness, I almost choked everyone. You almost saw it live on Facebook. Everybody, so why don't you tell us, I'm sorry I keep interrupting, but Justine just commented here that she just downloaded your templates from the comments. Tell everybody in the comments how can they find you so they can go and copy some of your templates.
Yes, so I have currently posted the secondary template and the elementary template that I'm just about to show you, and all you have to do to find those is just search Canvas Queen, and everything that I've created and shared in Commons is there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's take this question, Lauren, from Jen on Facebook. Have the pages gone through the accessibility checker?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you there.
Oh, sorry. She was just saying, have the pages gone through the accessibility checker?
Ooh, I have not tested them out, but we can together right now. Let's try. So let's do this one since it's a lesson presentation page, and edit. And we can click the accessibility checker. So there's 1 out of 4 issues. Table should include a caption describing the contents of the table. So all I would have to do is then right here just add a caption for that. So we could just say table that includes directions about the lesson presentation. Ah, there you go. Oh, include a header. Yeah, so you can go through all of these also, but for the most part, it's not too bad.
Awesome. Okay, I'm done. I'm done for at least a minute.
No worries. Okay, so let me show you the, actually, before I show you the elementary one, I'll show you mine real quick and what I use. So this is my classroom here in my Canvas course for Clark County School District. And you'll notice here at the top, I have a, module 1, lesson 1. This is how I do it. And then we can scroll down and see module 1, lesson 2. And so I have my warm-ups at the top, my class lesson presentations, and then the lesson activities in here. And you'll notice I have very similar stuff. So I have prior knowledge, reading guide, interactive notebook, activity, self-assessment, quiz, and they're all the same. So when I'm making a new module, I actually just copy these assignments, and the rubrics are actually also attached to these, which is awesome. So that way I actually just use the same stuff every single time, which is really, really great. So I use these directions every time, and the rubrics that are attached to them every single time. But yeah, just kind of a real life example here is just so you can see kind of the customization, customizing of it. So let's look at the elementary template real quick. So my friend at the beginning, she actually helped me with this. Thanks, Kate, because she's elementary, and that's a whole new world to me. So elementary template. So right up here, I've created a weekly agenda. We have a little decorative image at the top, and then with here we have like an agenda, a schedule of your math, your English language arts, science, social studies, and your extra courses. And in here, the teacher could put like the dates, the times of each assignment, when you need to do it. They could also even link each assignment within the module if they wanted to do that, and go down a list here and copy this page. So again, we could copy this page every single week and put it in a new module and keep adding to Canvas, make it a little easier on ourselves. So then we have like a math header, we have math assignments here. So I try to make this very colorful for elementary. So objective, the to-do list, and how to turn in the assignment. So this is pretty much the same for every assignment within here for you guys to take in Commons if you want to. And then so we have social studies, science, and then down here I have other templates. So I have like just a basic lesson with the objective, and you would insert some sort of presentation here, and then a video one, a notebook, and then there's a really cool one. So this is like for an external tool, maybe using like Nearpod or Seesaw, things like that. And then the last type is when you actually want them to go to the website. So I've added the code. So here's like the to-do list, and then I've given you guys kind of a list of how to do this. So you would select in edit mode the HTML editor, and then if whatever website you want to add to this page in code is provided here. And this is just kind of one way you could do it. I know that you can use like external URL, but then you can't really write on that page. So this is just another way to do it, and I'll show you the code real quick, just so you understand. So here it is. All you have to do, the directions, and then you click the HTML editor, and you would then find the website, and you can, so right down here, here's the website, HTML or HTTPS, and then change this to whatever website you wanted to embed into Canvas. There you go. All right, so now again, I could go over here, copy to, I could copy to, let's say you are sharing a workroom, you could, or a sandbox, you could share it to the sandbox, and then your other teachers could use it as well. You could, duplicate this. You could duplicate just one assignment. You could duplicate one page. And then when we go to the dashboard here, I also have, so this one is kind of like elementary for all of the subjects are combined if you want. And then this template that I have created is for like a subject. So we have the weekly agenda again. It looks a little different this time, where I've kind of just left it blank and created the tabs for each day. And then I have when I go to the next page, an introduction, because I know some of you guys, you don't use, like not every elementary class is the same. So some of you guys are having your courses are all separate by subject, and some of you are combining all of them together and putting everything in one module. So this is just to try to help meet the needs of you guys, because I know that it's been a struggle trying to create stuff. So then we have a very similar template to the one that I showed you before. Here we have the notebook, and then the quiz at the end, and then a little, yay, you finished the lesson page for the day. And you'll notice as well what I've done is I've labeled these by, let's say, it's Monday. So this would be like a week outline, Monday, week 1. When you duplicate this or copy it, you could then just go back and change this to Monday, week 2, and so on. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, which is really great.
Fantastic. If there's any quick questions, Fatima, our friend, is here. The issue for me was accessibility. Some students use iPad and the layout totally changes.
So for layout, especially like images are really hard with different devices because that screen is, smaller or bigger, the display is changing. So tables can also have that problem. So one thing I could suggest is maybe putting things outside of tables or, it's going to change, but for the most part, what I've done with my class is I try to so they all use Chromebooks. We've handed them out. And so I actually tried to develop what looked best for their device and then went from there. So even though it might look a little weird for me on my Mac, my computer, it doesn't look weird on their Chromebooks that they use, that they've been issued. So I'm just meeting the demands for them.
Smart. Very smart. Everyone, this is Lauren Burleson. Go give her a follow on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. She's doing some excellent stuff. Search Canvas Queen in the Commons. You'll find some really fantastic tutorials. Lauren's kind of stuck with us now. She's going to be back here shortly as long as we can get on her calendar because she just does great stuff. Everybody have a great weekend. We are back on Monday morning at I don't know what time we're back on Monday morning. Actually, not Monday morning. Next week's going to be a little crazy. 4 p.m. Mountain Time. Trying to appeal to some of the people who will still be in school or whatnot. So 4 p.m., we're actually talking about asynchronous teaching of math with Canvas. So join us. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks, Lauren.
Thank you.